here's a short presentation of the data flow and how Microsoft's environment is utilized. Call Journey bridges the gap between audio sources and business analytics and intelligence. Large volumes of audio data from sources such as Teams or contact center environment are captured within Call Journey's Conversation Pipeline Manager and processed within our Voice AI ecosystem, turning it into rich, structured voice data. Speech AI, our flexible automated speech recognition environment, enables the most accurate conversation data output with top-of-class transcription accuracy, while Conversation AI, our advanced rules engine and phrase library, turns the voice data into rich, actionable insights. Finally, our DataBridge BI connector then easily pushes the voice data smoothly into the Microsoft database environment, where it can be curated using Microsoft products, including Machine Learning Studio, Power BI, and Customer Insights. Within Customer Insights, the rich voice data can be combined with other data sources to create a single, holistic view of the customer, a view that now includes rich voice data. This single customer view can then be displayed in Microsoft products, such as Sales Insights, Customer Service Insights, Marketing Insights, Customer Engagement, Teams, and Power BI. By using the Call Journey Voice AI ecosystem consisting of Conversation Pipeline Manager, Speech AI, Conversation AI, and DataBridge, you can now complete the journey from audio sources to business intelligence. Here is a brief look at a little of the art of the possible with voice data and a few sample ways of how customers are using voice data in the Call Journey dashboard today. Contact centers automate their QA and agent performance by scoring how well their agent perform against keywords, phrases, and performance metrics such as active listening, using positive words, professionalism, and compliance. Companies can uncover root cause of good and bad customer experience by quickly identifying exactly what was said in customer conversations, such as complaints, anger, confusion, or profanity. Scoring sentiments and emotions to understand how and what is being said in a conversation can be critical when trying to improve NPS and customer retention and allowing companies to respond quickly to customer behavior. Data about recent events around such as COVID-19 can highlight why customers are calling, alluding to health conditions and symptoms, or identifying different topics that are most important to customers, such as assistance programs, working from home, or financial challenges. And supporting the analytics are the actual audio files and transcripts, allowing playback of the recording, the scoring of metrics such as duration, overtalk, silence, and emotion scores of the speakers. Metadata is also captured and tagged with the file. A look at the JSON file for this call. It shows that it's a nearly 4-minute call, has 5,000 lines of code in the file. We score, timestamp, and measure every word and utterance in several ways, producing a very rich data file. So the question is, how to take that rich file and create downstream value? We can first push it into Azure SQL Database, and then into Microsoft Customer Insights, where it can be combined with other data. Once in Customer Insights, we can select and add different data sources that we may want, such as CRM, purchases, web reviews, social interactions, email and chat, etc. And by selecting the JSON file, it adds crucial voice data into the mix. We can then combine different measures that are relevant when adding voice data to the mix, such as customer satisfaction score, number of calls, average duration, etc. And perhaps we may want to add more advanced measures, like a predictive analytics-based insight such as predictive NPS, which we can create if we had pushed the data into Azure Machine Learning Studio. Once we create all the combined data sources, let us look at the customer view in Customer Insights. The customer is Anthony, and you can see relative customer information, and now you can also see a timeline that showed Anthony had 4 recent calls and how the calls were categorized. 5 purchases, and 4 online purchases. And you can also see a link to those call files. On the right, I see some new categories such as churn risk, predictive NPS, and across the bottom, several metrics about the recent voice interactions. At CRM screen pop time, these would be key to live customer engagement. From customer insights, we can now push into end products like Dynamics 365. So the same data in CI is now in the various Dynamics 365 assets. In the CRM, this is where sales and service people live. So they can now see a timeline of recent calls. The most recent one here is negative. The one before that was positive, and with links to the call files. On the right displays insights such as NPS class, churn risk, customer satisfaction, etc., allowing your sales and service person to have a much deeper look at their customers. Now, for trend analytics and further insights, we can push the data into Power BI. This gives complete flexibility to combine and display data as the customer needs. We have created a sample predictive NPS dashboard to display NPS per latest call, monthly average, highlight client emotions, and we can look at a trending view, an identified key statistic from this dashboard. We have also created a sample customer satisfaction score dashboard. Here, we can look at stats like the number of calls, average duration, and point of sale data. I can filter by client emotion, see a heat map to see where negative and positive calls are coming from, and see a word cloud of key things said by the client. This dashboard is a single customer view. Again, we have our customer Anthony, and I can see his CSAT, emotion, words and topics, and what his call's about, and a link to call file if I want to drill into these calls in more detail. Lastly, we have a sample CSAT and purchases dashboard to look at the customer satisfaction relative to buying behavior. These are just a few examples of dashboards that can be created to leverage voice data. And of course, if we want, we can push this data from Power BI into Teams. We also provide the ability to push voice data directly into Power BI without first sending it to Customer Insights. This dashboard displays voice data only, not combined with other data from Customer Insights. Here, you see a sample agent performance dashboard scoring criteria such as communication skills, compliance, sales effectiveness, politeness, professionalism, and again, with the link to the actual call files. This is the same data shown earlier in the call journey dashboard, now directly into Power BI. The previous dashboards have been a small example of what is possible when adding voice data into the analytics data mix. By bridging the gap between audio sources and Microsoft's rich insights and analytics environment, Call Journey makes it easy for your customers to access their voice data and utilize the Microsoft suite to deliver real value throughout the organization.